So in Psalm 143, verse 10, Psalm 143, verse 10, the psalmist says, "Teach me to do your will, for you are my God. Let your good spirit lead me on level ground." Okay, so the psalmist here, Psalm 143, verse 10, is asking God to teach him to obey his will, and he acknowledges God. He says, "For you are my God, ki ata Elohai." For you, second person singular, meaning God is only one person. You, second person singular, ki ata Elohai. You are my God. And then we can see, let your good spirit lead me on level ground. So that one person who is God, clearly the Father alone, has his good spirit that is going to be personified as a guide, as a leader that's going to lead the psalmist in how to walk appropriately, how to live righteously, how to do God's will, and how to walk on level ground. So again, the Spirit here is being sent as a guide and as a leader. And the psalmist here is desiring to walk in the Spirit, to be led by the Spirit. He prays here. He says, "Let your good spirit lead me." So now that we have that context, we can look in the New Testament. And Paul in Romans and in Galatians describes the Holy Spirit as a leader, as a guide, as this personified guide that leads the faithful and obedient new covenant people of God. So in Romans chapter 8, verse 14, Paul says, "For all who are being led by the Spirit of God, these are sons of God." Romans chapter 8, verse 14. So again, we can see the Holy Spirit functioning as this guide that is leading God's people in the very same way that the psalmist was praying in the book of Psalms. And we also see it in Galatians. Of course, Romans and Galatians deal with a lot of overlapping topics. Galatians chapter 5, verse 18, Paul says, "But if you are led by the Spirit, you are not under the law." Galatians 5, verse 18. Again, the Spirit is leading the people. It's functioning as this guide, not because it's a conscious third person distinct from the Father, but because God has sent it out as an agent, this personified agent that is sent and it leads God's people. The personification of the Spirit is there in the Old Testament. It's there in the New Testament. It's something that Jesus taught. And Paul's language here of the Spirit is consistent with the psalmist portrayal of the Spirit as this personified attribute